A film of water, grease and rust gives the machine. Designed and built in Portofino, back when the city still had the industrial capacity. Cold, rough. You scan up and down the docks for machinery, but find a gust of wind turns the crane's hook toward the dock workers. Moonlight over the water when they came. The sound water drips from its hook. The color of... You scan up and down the docks for machinery, but find none. This must be the last. Designed to bear the weight. You scan up and down the docks for machinery, but find none. This must be the last of its species. The crane may lift imported and stop. Seabirds. The gate is bound. Only ghosts can pass freely between such crypts. Rust speckled. A system compromised. You push the gate. We're gonna need tools for this one. The man doesn't react.
I saw you by that fire exit. Pardon me, but you left the door open. It's been maddening to watch. It's a flagrant disregard for safety. It's made it quite hard to enjoy the view. I have to remain here. Still, you've come a long way. Fortunately, the view just about compensates. I'm being punished. I'm a safety inspector, watching the lines. It's my role to ensure the lines and pylons are all built according to code. Then they would be waiting a very long time. Where to start? This pylon's angle deviated more than... Then there are the clearance issues. Since the last round of Enter stabilization, I have two options. I could falsify my reports and declare Line 9 safe for construction anyway, or I could quit. Either way, the company can't lose. It's exquisite, really. A perfect stability. Fortunately, this spot lends itself to reflection. Contemplating my punishment helped me see how to live with it. What else is left to... You know, the view's not mine. Just in case. I'm a structural engineer. Human existence always carries entropy with it. That's inherent in the system. Social insurance. I've never lived anywhere else, so I can't... There's entropy in all systems. No living... And that fire exit door. Still...
Terror to most, but for those with a taste for it, this is the...
A friend of yours? Oh, alright. Quite a formal-looking man, yes? I assume the music vendor told you as much. Yes, they did talk. I couldn't say. A lot of people come through here. I couldn't really tell. You're welcome.
Some questions don't require thought, but the opposite. You open your inner eye, and the pylon man turns his head ever so slightly.
I'm a structural... Human existence always carries entropy with it. That's inherent. Such is the price. There's entropy in all systems.
The gate is bound. Only ghosts can pass through. You take the and collapses in a jangling heap at your feet. The metal creep in another life. The fire exit remains. You pocket the ball and close the fire door firmly. The fire door is still tightly closed. You raise your hand to wave at the engineer on his pylon. The door sits flush inside its... The fire door is... The door sits... A low, tilt-in... Various sections are separated by narrow plastic dividers. A single label. Leluz's step.
The vomit bags back. What galls me is that it doesn't matter how I...
A baffling assortment.
And what exactly would you call adults? Don't tell me you're one of them. Never is the only sane answer. Do you understand now? At least you're wearing gloves.
You turn your attention. You sit on the railing. Nobody looks up. 100 conversations blend into one. A slow, warm river carrying you nowhere in particular. The smoke rises up. You're watching. Taking a breather. Casing the joint. With enough time, you could put down roots, grow moss, scare the tourists. The bazaar stretches before you. A child zooms past with a toy. A plastic wolf with glowing electric eyes. 2 stalls down, the hum of an old disc player buzzes out into the crowd. Further down, honest people going about their lives, selling goods out of stall. A handful of kids crowd the stall. You avert your attention. A well-oiled assembly line of men in a... It doesn't go anywhere. It grows. A sharp inhale. You flip the shuttle off.
I don't know how you miserable. You're a long way.
What happened, sugar tits? Ah, come on. It's just a...
Do it anyway. Animals. We're all strangers on this island, Messiah.
Officially, we're Lusian.
We're exiles. The reunion.
The reunion. Laluse's grand annexation campaign. Slow, legal.
Well, I still have my...
The tenantries of St. Olwyn. Re-annexed in the early 80s.
Oh, sure.
The techno-fascists would brand him the second he landed. And
If it is, I won't be around to see it. Liver's on its way out. Cancer will get me before the illusions do. Conspiracy or not, Messiah.
She's right, though. Them doctors are a bunch of...
Anyway, you're the foreigner here.
Hear that?
Either way, that's for you lot to worry about. Tell you what, Missy. I flew from Tariska.
light craft, single turboshaft engine and a
Lucian there. Couple of days in, they started quilling.
They were going to make an example.
Steep climb. Almost flamed out on the way up, but I rolled. Same as they always did, except for the last time. Soon it was just me and the ocean. And then, the light came. Burying bot. Soft. Colourless at first.
painter's nightmare.
Those bombs don't leave ruins, you know. Not even craters. Just smooth, flat line. Aye, well here I am.
You want more stories like that, sweet cheeks? We're full of them. Wish I could say the same, sweet lips. Just another...
Stuck up.
We all want her. He's here every damn day. Stays on the line for hours. Nothing to be jealous of. Let him rot in him wealth.
He's not rich, Slava. He just works for...
Who cares?
Come on. Foreign money men in this city?
Believe me, we've all had enough of the phone hugger. Hoping to find yourself a...
Lowest tier schoolyard banter. The old pilot.
Closest jail I know of would be up in Valmerada, up north. Not that I can think of.
The men nod and return to their drink.
Can't say anyone like that.
I would say ask the Duchess herself.
From the superblock, eh?
Pseudopod. It's as though he had been as much of a non-person when he was alive as he is now.
Sure do, sweetheart. Reassuring to know that no matter how hot and heavy it gets, please, sugar, we can't deal with anymore.
Will you look at that?
Now where did a sweet thing like you pick that up? What a way to go, eh? Why, you're too kind. You want to...
To answer your question, you used to see a few of these floating around, but not for years. Figure it was from before that foam was permanent.
We know, sugar. We were watching you there. How was it? Seeing stars already?
Maybe professional, maybe it just comes...
Never enough, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a bit shit, but...
Duchess is the only thing that makes the city halfway tolerable.
Ex-pilot. Does Joe there look like he could get...
Wrong. Me as a man of the...
That's loud, Joe. I'm Pigeon. That's Slava over there.
I did clockwork for it. Perishable goods.
Military. Loudjow was what they call a lamprey. People smuggler.
Coyote of the seas.
Joe ran low altitudes missions in and out of the territory. Call them whatever you want. They wanted out.
Slava used to be the name of a fishing port company out of the north.
Guess.
All signs aren't meant to be flattering. So if he was named after a bird, no...
Sure.
Man's got no compass. Him couldn't make it to the PF.
Joke's on you all anyway, if you say so.
Until next time.
Oh, it's you. Oh yeah, she's cool. Intimidating. We hang out sometimes in the back of the stall. She's been good about this. Why? Really? You're not... No! Of course I am. It's the phone by the western entrance to the bazaar. Sometimes, when I'm... Thanks for stopping...
I'll print. Our strange cup. If it's between your superblock and La Luz, I've made my decision. I wasn't selling. You know, you're very cynical for... I'll be here if you require...
You return to your dub, breathing gently on his chair. He could be in another life, you are both earnest. A pair of men's, if pseudopod's pants were attempted, brown, shapeless, the front and back. Your hoist-in must have compressed his lungs. You discover a small extra pocket. Inside the front, you slip 2 fingers inside and the page is notebook-sized and perforated along one edge. It reads, THA space 7 LES8. The missing companion to the cipher you discovered in the cigarette. Totally meaningless, yet no meaning can be made without it. One of the many, he was trying to smooth out creases with, as you turn away, you return to the, as you turn away. You return to the desk. Everything is right. Letter by letter, words emerge from the... The day beyond. There's nothing left in there. You dial your controller's number. Roar.
I thought you were headed out. What is it? Now you've heard it.
The line goes. Peeling wallpaper, faded patterns, a great. What you need is a somethingness to look up at. Have you create a mural? Fill the wall with the outpouring of your expressive soul. Or perhaps a tasteful selection of local art would better fit the Bagman watches on approve. No more nothingness. No, the wall has no.
I'll print. I'll be here if you...
Oh, it's you. What? That's so dangerous. You could have been killed. Maybe you're right. Thank you. Gilmar had been snooping around the waterlock to the east of the bazaar when he got snatched. That might be the missing bit. No idea.
Gone.
Just don't get hurt. Western entrance to the bazaar. Behind you. Thanks for stopping by.
A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised. You turn your attention. As a member of the Gardia Municipal, no part of him is even trying to actually pretend. An absurd reality demands an absurd performance to match. The way he intones the word mother suggests a primitive... No damage either. Must find Borsen. As a member of the guard, no part of... The GM gives you...
Hello there.
Carmuna saw you scaling that pylon, speaking to the creep at its top. He's been spying on us all, day in, day out. Are you in leagues with him? What is his business? Carmuna will not take comfort in that. Here. Some comfort in return.
Your heart convulses at their mention.
I'm afraid so, Menina.
Find that coat and fuck it up.
It was a trench coat, multicolored, but predominantly oranges.
The man in photo 24 took the eye at your door.
This is all a matter of taste. I'm not having any.
The weeping eye do not care.
Oh yes, bastardo! Is him turned the bazaar into the bootleg bazaar. Drawing. Haven't seen him or his assy assistant assing around for a while. They're probably shacked up somewhere, making the angels sick. Carmona doesn't keep track of assy names. Who cares? He's not been himself. You, every day he was at the shrine by the... Well, you ought to choose them better. One word is enough. Bastard. Humoring an old woman. Doing your good deed for the day. Buffing up. No, Manina. Your soul still looks small and shabby from it. It started with the fire in a silk numero 3. Half the city worked for that company. But at first it was exciting.
Shining with a film of sweat in the orange glow.
The flames subsided, and we waited like refugees around the cooling break for management to rebuild. They never did. So we began to... It was never mine, just borrowed him from another. And I don't know, Menina. It is a happy memory. Puh. They probably did it themselves for the insurance. Or some... Carmona has nothing but time. But none for that mystery anymore. Yes. We loaded it. This area has been a market ever since. Even though the contents are changed. It is a silku stone. You are most welcome. That's what people want. Moment they put up their... Fog the mirror. Very good. Afraid no, Menina. That poor girl. Very good. High value? What sort of high value? Oh, I get it. Treat you. The man-tailor in Party Alley is who you're after. His shop is in the art. Take a look through the rack to my left. No lies. One word. Very good.
You've come back. I hesitated bringing this up earlier, but you might want... No, I don't think so. Of course.
The smuggler inclines his head in silent recognition. It must be... A jolt of fear snaps through you, unclear if he saw. He sniffs idly. Roll. Probably. The brightly coloured cans seem even more vivid upon your return. The refreshments remain. The brightly coloured... The refreshments remain.
You again. Any updates on the 9? But how can that be? A gentleman from the...
A handsome foreigner.
You'd think with all the empty money this place has gotten, they'd have fixed their aerotrams. I can't believe this. Where am... What am I supposed to do now? There used to be a more direct route via Havergelie, but the border has... It's not so easy to get... I was simply passing through on my way back home to Sundark. I had... That was more than a week ago, and...
Despite his predicament, he's kept...
I'm a political economist.
It must be said, this is the most... Something about his jawline makes you overly aware of your skin, your posture, your right nipple hardens. The left hasn't seen him yet.
Well-versed in theoretical and quantitative approaches. No, I must say my combination of the two is rather exceptional. Thank you, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, those skills have not done me much good here. Circumstances. I studied on a very generous MTER stipend. But recently, the Sunnis government bought its first computer. Suddenly, they found they no longer have any need for political economists. I must object. The computer has certainly been disruptive.
One national computer in the right...
Long story short, how to put this? You're surely familiar with the concept. A somewhat rich, older lady wants a nice exotic husband without the lifelong. Meanwhile, a clean, well-behaved man from the periphery wants to see the world but lacks the necessary capital. The woman pays for his relocation. Where else can one find men so clean, attentive?
He seems slightly offended that you're not...
In other circumstances, I believe it could have worked out brilliantly, but alas, in my case, endogenous factors. What can I say? Sunnis are both practical and romantic. A man by mail, a direct order dick. There are many names for it. Some...
A pair of blue boxer briefs.
I offer companionship and a fair trade. If you consider it... I will tell you, madame. It was the lapdogs. All 6. In Sunzak, they're not allowed inside the home. But this wasn't my betrothed. She wanted them to watch our lovemaking, my cleaning and housework, my lectures on recent advances.
Watching, trembling.
At one moment, I wondered whether I was there for her pleasure. Back to Sunzak, very far from here.
Being sent to organ... It is a privilege to raise Clark. The man turns back. The fire door is... The door sits... Let's be logical. Why would you take this from him? He clearly treasures the toy. trying not to lose. Assuming these cups do resemble cartoon walls, you'd need 5 axes. Your tongue runs in a wolf, hidden. Spoken like one who spent his whole life around gun hammers. He's missing a few. And yet he claimed to know them all, did he not? Repository updated. All listed. Surely the people around. It's simple. Tell him you're... Slowly, with great care, the children ignore you. A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. You turn your attention...
My format-sensitive friend. How goes it? You'd like to hear more? Ex-Bremen. The aftermath. The Einzeltone magnets are so potent. It was a very beautiful time, too. You can imagine the use cases yourself. It's deeper. Don't forget, we two are single play only. What do I look like? Good. I own several. If the word ownership applies to such a delicate, it loses its resale value. And the uninspired replayer who listened to it loses a piece. I doubt it. I judge you to be a woman of culture. You... Sure.
A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenre. You turn your attention.